I want to talk about one of the things that has been championing for several years, which is policing, criminal justice reform, the criminal justice system, and give you a little bit of information about that in light of what happened in May of 2020, which was the George Floyd, essentially murder that took place on video. As part of that, there was a trial, a Derek Chauvin trial, that Attorney General Keith Ellison was tasked, and we're going to talk a little bit about that with the Attorney General himself.
So Engage Action, by the way, is one of the main supporters for the George Floyd Act. We have been pushing it pretty hard and trying to get every member of Congress that we look to endorse. That is a key question we ask them. Are they going to support that?
Congress needs to pass this. It would be much better off if they did. And I hope that everybody running for Congress, you will ask them, would you vote for the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act? This piece of legislation would set up a national database. So anytime there was an officer involved in death, we'd collect that data, and we'd have a much better idea on how to solve the problem if we knew more about the problem.
Do you think that this moment with the George Floyd case, with the prosecution you're doing, can it lead to systemic accountability for police that we currently don't see everywhere?
It certainly can, and I think it is. And sadly, my friends, Congress is usually the last to do anything. But you've seen a lot of changes in local police departments, training regimens, city councils. There's a lot of small changes happening at the local level, but we've yet to see the big change we hope to see to set a national standard. Whenever we see any government, using force arbitrarily against private citizens, arbitrary, excessive force against private citizens, as Americans, we say, hey, that's a human rights problem. Do we not? But we don't do it in our own country. We should insist that the government use force responsibly and fairly and evenly with the population. And there should be no targeting. There should be no group of people who are more subject to government use of force than others. It should be, equal justice under the law. When we say the Pledge of Allegiance, what do we say? Liberty and justice for all, right? Well, that's a real deal. We should do that.